Hi guys, Ryback Airsoft here, and today in the second iteration of this series of overviews of the riffs that I own, we're going to be going over my KJW KC-02 GBBR. Same format as last time. We're going to go externals, internals, and how and why I use this. So externally, on the tip we have a birdcage flash hider, an unknown brand wooden stock, a Vulcan short dot on the cantilever sight mount, and an Invader Gear stock pouch with a Warsoft Airsoft patch. Great dude, great events that he's run, really helpful for the community, absolutely phenomenal. Internally, I don't have much done to this in terms of upgrades compared to my SR25. The only two upgrades I have, which are Rogueworks barrel spacers and a Rogueworks PTFE recoil dampener. So the barrel spacers are kind of self-explanatory. You put them, they bridge the gap between your internal and external barrels to reduce wobble and aid in accuracy. The recoil dampener is to make sure that your bolt and everything lasts as long as it can. Instead of hitting metal on metal, it's metal on plastic. In an airsoft game, I use this more as a fun gun or with my half-shell ghillie suit and kind of in the more of a DM/sniper role. As a gas gun, you know, you have a limited ammo capacity unless you HPA tap it or you get one of those. There's a HPA adapter for this that you can use. That you can either HPA tap the mags, or it's an adapter that you can use MP5 mags. It's pretty cool. I have the HPA adapter. I just have no real interest in using HPA. I prefer just having the gas mags. And also, these look cool, because it gives it a little bit of an M1 carbine look. So I'd use this as more of my long range gun. Out of the box, it does have a TDC. TDC stands for top down center. So instead of usually your conventional hop-up has a wheel that you adjust, or sometimes in AEGs they have the cogs or a slider or something. This has a wheel that pushes down, a pin that pushes down on your hop-up. This mod was done mainly on bolt actions back about 5-6 years ago, before you had your W-hold bookings and you had people experimenting more with like R-hops, flat hops, and all that. So it's cool that this comes with that out of the box and that you can adjust your hop-up on the fly, instead of with some gas rifles you have to take the upper off the lower or take the slide off or stick an Allen key down into a gas block. This is, so if I'm in a firing position, my hop-up adjustment is here. So I can adjust with either my index finger or with my thumb as I'm firing. Very handy for shot to shot if you didn't adjust your hop-up or you just need to push your BB that little bit further. So when I'm using this with my ghillie suit and, you know, attempting to be a sniper rifle with a very loud clanking gas gun, I have it covered in burlap and ghillie strands and jute and Rafifa, whatever that is, and just to break up the overall black silhouette of the rifle, give it a little bit more of a natural look. You know, and the wood stock will blend easier than a black wood or than a black plastic stock. I've more so done it to the top of the optic to help break up the shape. And obviously with my short dot, you do have a very small lens that an enemy player would be looking at, instead of like a 50mm objective lens scope. I think this is a 25mm. So one major advantage that using this rifle compared to in an average airsoft site is, in one of the sites in Wicklow, Special Ops Airsoft, they run a EMP rule, which is an electronic magnetic pulse. So when the EMP goes off, it's sounded by an air horn. All electric powered guns stop working. So you have like your AEG won't work, your HPA that's powered by an FCU and a LiPo won't work. You know, so it gives a different dynamic to the game where people have to switch their pistols, and the guys who have like gas rifles or gas shotguns or spring shotguns or bolt action rifles reign supreme, because you know everybody is kind of a little bit more aggressive when they do that, because it's like a massive push that people aren't there firing full auto into a array of buildings. So it's a different game dynamic. So I can use this rifle no matter what. Very handy. Now, in terms of carrying this, I don't really use a sling. It's quite light compared to my SR25, which weighs like 7 kilos. This weighs like 3.5. So even if I have to go to my pistol, I will just literally hold the rifle in my left hand and draw my pistol in my right hand. So it's a handy rifle to have if you use in the role that suits you, or you age your gear in the way to suit the rifle and the role. So I use it in a squad support element. You know, if we're defending and I'm hidden, I'll just sit and wait and hold down a laneway. That's all I'll do. But if you need to assault and EMP's gone off, this has more range than majority of pistols. It probably won't outrange the majority of the guys who have like their bolt actions, which would be heavily upgraded and can shoot the wings off a gnat at like 2,000 airsoft meters. So this will kind of bridge the gap for me in the site that I play, where you can outrange pistols and shotguns and stuff like that, and it has the consistency and range that you can use it as a sniper rifle, because it takes 22s in that site. Would I use this at a milsim? I might do for like if we were doing like Milita, or if we were doing something that wasn't a military force, like let's say Milita, or if you were civilian role players, you know, I'd take all my ghillie stuff off and this would be my varmint hunting rifle, and I might put like a set of irons on. So it works for that, and you know, it's a fun gun. I'd recommend buying one if you're looking to get into gas guns and you're like, I don't know if I want to drop X amount on, you know, a higher end one, or if gas guns suit you, because they don't suit some people. You know, years ago I had a Tokyo Marui MP7, the gas blowback one, and it was cool. It was a really good SMG. I got it off a friend of mine second hand, and it just didn't suit my playstyle at the time. I preferred, you know, I had my GMP Voltor Sentry with like 10 mid caps and a Blackwater 1911 that was missing the front sight post, and I was happy with that. But now I think that I'm a lot older and I've been playing a lot more, and I'm kind of getting fed up with using AEGs, or I'm getting fed up with like my playstyle a lot of the time, where it's like you want something different. I picked this up second hand. It didn't work when I initially got it. I got it working. I now have 4 magazines for it, and I love it. It really, like, it's probably one of my favorite guns, especially with like the wood stock, because you know nobody really has like wooden airsoft guns apart from some of the guys in like the reenactors in the World War II guys. Like they all have, like, you know, you've got your M1 carbine, your M1 Garand, and all that stuff, which is cool. Like I really like that, but you know, my kit is more MARSOC inspired, so it doesn't work. So mostly when I'm using this, it's either like in full M81 with like my chest rig and my ghillie suit and hiding in a bush, or like I'll wear a flannel and OD green trousers and run around and have fun. It's a fun gun. Anyway, so I hope you liked it. I hope you found this stuff informative. If not, we can have a discussion about it. If so, cool. You know, share your thoughts. I'm kind of happy enough with this open forum style. And in the next video, we're going to go over my M27 IAR. So we'll be going through that in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.